How to be heard by using listening skills. Wait, what did you say? I can't hear you. I wish you could hear me. I can't hear you. I don't feel heard. What? Welcome to the Best Years podcast. This is Dr. Darlene speaking to Generation X and baby boomers who want more. I'll share power, skills, and tools with you to get your mojo back and love your life. For some reason, we all want to be heard. Not only do I want you to hear the sound of my voice, I want you to hear my heart, feel my heart. I want you to get me. We all want to be gotten. I get you. You get me. So, do you wish you could be heard equals understood? We all want to be understood. Today's podcast is a little bit academic. I want you to get your pen out. Really listen to this. I'm going to go over listening, what listening is, why listening is important, different types of listening, and the benefits of listening. One of the most interesting things you'll learn that is not intuitive is that we actually talk and explain and talk to discover how we feel. We're not talking to report typically. When someone says, "How was your day?" and you want to tell them, you're not usually just reporting about your day. You're really saying, well, it was this or that, and let's see. Oh, yeah, it was a great day. Or, yeah, that really wasn't the best day at all. And we're discovering how we feel by talking. And that's why it's so important for you to give the gift to someone of listening. When they listen to you, they're giving a gift to you. When you listen, just listen, backtrack, and validate. You're offering them a gift for them to process right in front of you. So don't interrupt. Just listen. You may ask questions for clarification. Well, which time? When? Oh, yeah, right, So a listening skill includes active listening, which is sounds or nods, that shows you're starting to get what they're saying and helps them process. What you want to do is, as well in listening, is to calibrate each other, calibrate the talker and the listener. So if what you're saying isn't going in, you might shift and change. And what they're saying as you're listening, your listening skills aren't aligning. They're not still feeling heard because you need to talk more with listening. Or they're not feeling heard because you didn't look them in the eye. Some people need you to look them in the eye to feel heard. So calibrate the person you're talking to, how they want you to listen with your eyes, with your nods, with words, with actions like, you're kidding. Wow. Write this down. There are types of listening. There are 4 that are in the textbook called Reflect and Relate that I teach from. And the 4 different types of listening, this is where you're going to calibrate the other person of what you're going to need and how they listen. So 1 is to discern, 2 is to analyze, 3 is appreciate, and 4 is support. So to go back, to discern, types of listening. You're listening to someone to discern right and wrong, good and bad, yes or no. You're discerning feelings, discerning it works, it doesn't work. What are you discerning, what you're grabbing from what you're getting from the listening. The second way of listening is to analyze. You're just analyzing what they're saying. Yes, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Okay, well, what if you did this? And you're listening, you're sorting to analyze. And I always say we see what we sort for. So if I look across the room, I can sort for green. And I'll see green. If I now sort for red, I'll see red. And now I don't see the green so well. So when it comes to listening, those that discern are sorting to discern. The next group is sorting to analyze, analyzing. That makes sense or doesn't. The third way of listening is to appreciate. I listen just to appreciate. I have a girlfriend who took a course from some communication style, and they taught them to appreciate. That's all All you do when you listen is appreciate. You listen and you tip your head and you just in your head, you think, I love you so much, or aren't you great, or isn't that wonderful? It might even be something you don't agree with. Oh, isn't that wonderful how you torture fish? You just listen to your son and appreciate what he's wanting to say. And the next one that's kind of similar, but a little more general, is to support. I'm here, hey, I'm just here to support you. I got you. And I might offer some helpful tips as well. Let's move to other types of listening styles. This is a different, I don't know how I just wrote down. This is just another section of listening styles. So, this is, again, you want to calibrate people you're talking to notice how they listen and also notate how you listen. So, I'll read them fast. Action-oriented, time-oriented, people-oriented, or content-oriented. When you're doing these, which one are you doing? And this overlaps with what I just said, discern, analyze, appreciate, and support. So they kind of overlap. Those are more broad. Now these are more specific. The first one is action-oriented. I'm listening for the action. Second one, time-oriented. I've got 10 minutes. What do you want to say in that time? And I'm constantly looking at the clock. Third one, people-oriented. Oh, relationships. Wow. I can feel that. And you're sorting not for the detail. In fact, I don't remember how many kids you have. I just know you love them. I know that there's a lot of people involved. And I'm listening for people orientation. And then finally, content orientation is I'm just listening to how many kids you had. I don't really listen to how you feel. I don't really care. I just want to know how many times this happened or that. And what address exactly. I remember your address, but I don't remember how you felt when you told me you lived in this house back in Georgia. So which one are you? Action, time, people, or content? Now in the text, it reports that women typically, and this is always just typically, sort for people and content, and men sort for time and action. So women, people, and content. And I think women sort for content so that they can remember, because of the people thing. If I don't remember your kids' names, it won't show I love you. So I'm listening for people and content to support the people thing. And men, time and action. My brother-in-law used to say to my sister, so is this the short version or the long version? Every time she wanted to tell him something. So I think he would sort for time and action. And so it was kind of a mismatch and it was a little bit hard on her. So she knew she would just tell her girlfriends the long version. I love this next part. Oh my gosh. Make sure you write this down. Make sure you remember this. And I'm telling you, you can't not forget part of this because it's a crack up. Okay. This is incompetent listening. Things you don't want to do. Number 1, selective listening. You're only listening for what you want to hear. Raise your hand if you're guilty of that one. Just like, I only heard you say you wanted to give me all your money. I didn't hear that you wanted to la la la. So that's selective listening. We only hear what we want. The next one is pseudo listening. That's when you're pretending to listen. Ooh, some of you are guilty of that. You're looking at me, you're nodding. You didn't hear a word I said, did you? Right? That's pseudo listening. Yeah, guilty, every one of you watching football and someone's trying to talk to you. Pseudo listening, the pretending thing, and you get busted at some point when you do that. So don't do that either. These are the no-nos. The next one. Aggressive listening is all to attack, like, so, yeah, okay, I did, okay, so really? Yeah, I knew you'd do that. Oh, that's how you do it then. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, right. That's aggressive listening, kind of waiting to attack. This last one, oh, you'll never forget this one. This is called narcissistic listening. You are guilty of this. I'm sure you are, because I am, and we all do it. Narcissistic listening is this. Oh, girlfriend, I broke my I broke my arm. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, oh, I'm going to be on drugs for so long. Oh, I know. I broke my arm too. Like last year I was on, you know what I did? I got addicted. You got to watch that Oxycontin. Like, and it was so weird because the car, and then they tell you the whole story. Or you say, my dog, I just had to put my dog down. Oh, I had to put my dog down too. 2 months ago. It was the worst day of my life. In fact, the vet said that blah, and they go into their story. I got an A. Oh my gosh. On my test. It was so hard. Oh, I got so many A's in high school. Every time I got an A, my mom gave me something. And now I just love this candy. Just stealing it away. And now that you know about it, you're going to be heightened with your awareness to not do it. It's mean, it's rude, it's narcissistic, and we should be smacked with a Nerf bat in the face if we do it. Don't hijack the conversation. So now that you're aware of that, won't that be nice for you to not do anymore? And if your dog died too, then you can wait till they're done talking, they've paused, you're almost ready to change the channel, and you can reach over and say, you know, when my dog died, I just know, blah, blah, blah. And then you can tell your story. This is difficult with girls that talk on top of each other. When there's a girl party or a couple of girls chatting, or 2 or 3 or more, no one has a talking stick with girlfriend talk. We're just all talking at the same time. Sharon, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Oh, well, you should. I know. Yeah, right. And we interrupt each other, but it's appropriate. If you have to have a talking stick, that's going to muck up how girls communicate. Some girls. And so narcissistic listening is really super common. So stop it. Don't do that. What is active listening? Active listening, and we're almost done here, is when you're listening with your heart. Write that down. You're not just listening with your ears. You're listening with your heart because you care. You're feeling, and you're so into their story, because you're not going to be a narcissistic listener, that you forgot what you were going to say because you're so listening to them actively, with a head tilt, with an eye glance, with leaning in, with breathing with them, with a smile, with a frown if that's necessary. You're feeling them. You're in their aura, their space, and you're listening with your heart. And that's how we feel understood. That's how we feel heard by listening. Have fun with this week. This is so great because you can become better and better at communication by listening, and you will feel more expressed and more heard by listening. Thanks for listening, and we will talk soon. If you like what you've heard, please subscribe to my channel so we can hang out. Also, go to www.whatstopsyou.com for notes to this podcast and learn more power skills to indeed live the best years of your life.